I'm Lisa Chamberlain James. I'm one of the senior partners at Trilogy Writing and Consulting. We are documentation specialists, so we produce a whole remit of documentation for the pharmaceutical industry, from CSRs, patient narratives, right the way through to patient information and pharmacovigilance specialised documentation. I've been coming to the World Drug Safety Congress for quite a few years now. It's the first year that we've actually had a stand, and we've done that to increase our presence here and to let everybody know that we're here. I heard over the last few years that there is a need in industry for documentation specialists with our kind of expertise, but that perhaps we weren't easy to find, or they didn't know who to come to get the help. So my aim for coming to this Congress and having the stand is to hopefully let people know that we're here and this is what we do, and we're very willing to help. I think live events are really important. Obviously it's a day out of the office for me, so it's a day that I have to make up with the work that I would be doing in the office, but I definitely think it's worthwhile, particularly this event. It's not so big that you get lost, but it's big enough that there's enough people here to make it worth my while taking the time out. And there really is no substitution for meeting people face to face, to talking with them. And I found increasingly that we're all having the same problems, we're all hitting the same roadblocks, and by sharing experience and knowledge, there's often a very easy way through. I think over the next 5 to 10 years we're going to see a massive increase in engaging with patients, and hopefully in increasing the amount and quality of patient information that's out there. I think pharma is definitely, from what we're hearing, is taking on board that patients are really at the centre of everything that we do, particularly with safety reporting. I think it's really important that we do engage with patients, and that the information we give to them is understandable by them and makes sense for them. My top tip for the pharmacovigilance industry is to really think about the documentation that you're putting out there. Obviously I would say that coming from my background, but I think that there's an awful lot of documentation, particularly aimed at patients, so the new Section 6 of the RMP, that really needs a lot more thought, particularly around who's authoring it and their experience and their background level. I think there's been a lot of industry expectation that it's perhaps quite easy to write for patients, but it really isn't. It's not easy to produce something that's pitched at the right level, that's understandable by them and is intelligible by them, but is also not patronising. That's not an easy thing to produce. So my tip would be to really think about who's authoring those particular sections of the RMP and the new PBER. It's not easy to do that.